So when you try and look at the story of Mamelodi Sundowns, not discounting the entrepreneurial Kaizer Chiefs and Kaizer Motaung, I wonder whether we actually value these people.
Yes.
Because they worked against odds. Kaizer Motaung worked against odds, rose to where he rose, created a brand that no other actually matches. Not only in South Africa, on the continent and everywhere in the world. From a humble guy from Soweto. Then comes Jomo Sono. I mean, in similar ways, these guys are entrepreneurs par excellence. These are ministers of entrepreneurship that should lead the discussion and discourse around how South Africa builds township economies. I mean, if you think about soccer, and in South Africa in the 60s and 70s, people wouldn't sit side by side in a soccer match, Pirates, Chiefs, and so on. They would fight each other and almost murder and kill each other. But when you think about peace building in South Africa and all that, soccer has been at the center of this, so that fans can be in the same bus, same taxi, and sit side by side opposing and feel the South African, that they are South African, and they are united in this sport, soccer, whether they belong to Sundowns. These are things that we are not really focusing on and aggregating our peace mission and our development on. Because if we did, a person like Kaizer Motaung would be a minister of economy, of entrepreneurship, who then tells, or at least an advisor who says, how did you do it to grow such a big brand? You're not doing that. So it's a big problem.
I think it's a challenge to anyone who's going to be watching this to say we need someone to create the case studies for whether it's Ntate Kaizer Motaung, Ntate Ivan Khoza, Jomo Sono, as you said. And I was fascinated with the story of Uzola because many people don't know it. I think he took the boys overseas.
He took them overseas with their wives and everything.
Bought them cars.
In the process, building family, Iwi Kambule managed to build a house for his mother.
Yeah.
And many other soccer stars started doing something around investing in their own families, their parents, appreciating. So that is lost at the moment in the world of spin and everything. You know?
Yes, yes.
So Zola had that money and used it profitably and in a way that benefited. I had a young man in my office that I didn't promote and I refused to promote for a good reason, because things went abnormally. His name is, what's his name now? The name goes. But then he comes to me and says, so I said to him, no, go and appeal. Don't even fear to take an appeal on this matter. Go and appeal. If you win.
The fact that you don't want to promote him.
The fact that I didn't want to promote him is because the process was wrong.
Okay.
And then I said, I'm not signing this. No. So he took me on. So he comes to me into my office. as he is the name. So as he says to me, SG, so if my father stole the money and took me to school and I passed, would you say that my certificate is fake? And you know, it hit me home. It hit home so much that I had to think hard about Mamelodi Sundowns, that I loved that much, around Zola Mahobe, and how the brand Mamelodi Sundowns rose.
It's a legacy of crime.
Yes.
It's a legacy of crime.
And now, so what do you do? You know, you talk about the legacy of crime, which apartheid is.
100%.
Now, what do we do about the legacy of crime? How do we restore? How do we remedy? And how do we compensate? That's the central question now as we sit in South Africa.
How does the story end, Azwi?
Azwi goes and then I get defeated. And then
Shout out to Azwi.
As he said, Azwi, you are great.
Yeah.
So I wrote an article about it.
Yeah.
But there's a lesson around how we navigate difficult situations, and that we don't create animosity, but rather we create a path for solving new problems as they emerge.